Would you live with a guy that's 30 or more years old and lives with his parents?
You just feel comfortable. You just live in them at a yard, and then like.
What's the sexiest thing a man can do for you? Should your mother-in-law sit in the front or back seat when traveling with you and your partner? Oh Lord, the D is that good. Mirrors.
I like me better when I wasn't yours. I'm going back, I'm going back, I'm going back, I'm going back, I'm going back to who I was before. I like me better, I like me better.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Zorian and this is my cousin
Kimika.
And today we're going to be doing a discussion video. We asked our friends to give us some topics and some questions for us to discuss, both male and female. So you don't have to worry that there's no question here for you. It's revolving around relationship, dating, adulting, sex life, religion, all of that spicy stuff that you're going to need to hear. Okay? So I would recommend watching the entire video because we're going to be answering all the questions and they're very debatable. So you could give your opinions about it in the comment section. I could zoom in and out. Okay, so we are drinking. I'm having some white cranberry with some Appleton. Kimika is having
Rosé.
Okay, so we're just gonna hop into the video. So the first one is tips on handling stress, anxiety, or any other mental illness, and can you identify your triggers?
For one, I'm still figuring it out. So, all I could say is based on what I'm going through, like stress-wise, I just find things that soothe me. Like music, I use music a lot. With stress, right now I'm really just practicing avoidance, even though that's not the healthiest way to do it, but that's where I'm at right now, my steps. With anxiety's bad. I just pray.
Right.
With anxiety and stress part, I just pray. I started like seeing a lot of scriptures about leaving your worries to him,
and they say that spirit of anxiety is from the devil.
It is.
So we're not supposed to entertain the fact of stress, depression,
clarity,
stuff like
devils
that.
with confusion.
We just need to know that once we're putting it to him, he will take care of it.
Exactly.
So I'm just adding, I hope I didn't cut you off too bad,
No,
but adding to what she says, when it comes on to stress, I would say I recommend prioritizing yourself at least once a month. It sounds kind of weird, but we don't try to even think of ourselves when we're on the grind mode. So try to make a date with yourself every month, religiously. I do my spa dates. Shoot, I had to get my back rubbed by somebody. So take a spa date, go get your nails done, get a haircut, do something nice that you really enjoy doing for yourself. Like do something nice for
me,
yourself.
My off days, I like to just sleep my stress away. like I wouldn't mind a spa day and like catering to myself and stuff, but that's my way of catering to myself because most of the time
so she does it weekly.
I miss out on sleep.
So she does it weekly then, like when she gets her day off.
So basically, prioritize the things that you miss out on when you're grinding.
Right.
I miss out on sleep, so I'm gonna catch sleep. Yeah, prioritize whatever you miss out on while you're grinding. And as for mental illness, that kind of sounds crazy, but
I mean, don't be afraid to vent or talk to somebody you trust.
Yes.
So always keep your circle who you could trust. Always
don't keep it in.
Right.
You gotta talk about it.
Yeah.
To somebody.
And it works with anxiety, stress, depression, anything. Always have somebody you feel comfortable to talk about. Talk.
Yes.
Pray.
Write it.
Yeah.
Talk it. Something. You have to release it in some sort of way. Keeping it in is only gonna make it worse. It really is. It's just gonna build and build. And don't be afraid to cry.
Let it out. That's the next thing.
Do not be afraid to cry. Crying really helps. Like, I'm not gonna be like, oh, I cry every day and all this stuff. But crying is healthy. It's like releasing your emotions. Keeping it in is not gonna do anything.
And God understands the language of tears.
Exactly.
So He's the only one who's gonna really understand what you're going through when you let it out like that. You know, and that's a good time to pray when you're crying. Don't just cry and shut out from the world and turn your phones off. I used to do that. That's why I am telling you. So don't try to, don't try to just block the world out. So we took so long with that question because we know that young people right now is going through a lot.
And we're still trying to figure it out.
We're still figuring it out.
So that's where we're at right now.
And that's our tips for you guys.
Hopefully we'll be able to update that another time.
Okay, and just to close out stress and anxiety and dealing with it, I would recommend letting things go as fast as possible. So don't try to, if something got you down an hour or two ago, don't try to be still thinking and say, Jesus God, say that it pissed me off still. And no, try to let it go. Try to make sure that you're like, you know what, you understood what happened, but you're moving on now. You're at 5 o'clock. It's no longer 3 o'clock. You know what I'm saying?
Actually,
live in the moment.
I'm actually pretty good at that sometimes at the bad times too. Like
when you're
good at letting stuff
care,
go. Yeah, I'm pretty good at detaching. That's like one of my toxic traits.
And that's completely
it's a blessing
opposite
and a
for me.
curse. Like easy as long as I say my piece, it's very easy for me to let go of stuff. It's a defense mechanism. Once something hurt me once, it's like I don't want it to happen again. So it's like it's so easy for me to be like, it's not good for me. Why would I want it? You know? So I just like push it off.
Do you think your boyfriend should include you in his birthday plans, or is it his birthday, so you should just let him plan it however, or spend it however he wants to?
If he's my boyfriend, I should be included. If he's planning it, yes. If it's like his friends or his family planned it and I'm not included, I'm not going to be that pressed about it. But like, if he's planning it, I'm going to question why he didn't include me. That's it.
Yeah. I wanted to know if it's a big deal if you're involved or not. I could understand when she said if he plans it. Yeah. So if it's a case where he wants to go...
And he's your boyfriend. You're in a relationship. I'm not talking about talking stage.
But how... Okay, all this stuff does it matter how long in the relationship?
It doesn't matter how long in the relationship. Because the moment he made it like an exclusive thing, he's basically said you're important to him. Right. So him not including you on a date that may be important to him is something you should question. I'm not going to say you should question, but it's something you can question.
Okay, the next question is, should the clothing you wear you get into a relationship, your style should change to quote-unquote respect the relationship? Now, I could understand the respect part because you don't want to dress itsy-bitsy, but I personally feel like it's how your partner feels about it. So if he's comfortable with you dressing how you used to dress, like, if you like a carnival setting and you wore a carnival outfit, is your partner accepting of that? You get what I'm saying? Like, what do you think about that? Because I still feel like you still have to understand that, your man not going to want to see it in that. If he's okay with it and you're okay with it, then rock it. It doesn't have anything to do with in a relationship. Because in a relationship doesn't mean that you're locked down and you're boring. You should still be fun. You should still be yourself, but just with respect.
I feel like it's a matter of compromise and a conversation and communication for that part.
Yeah.
Because, honestly, I'm already not the type of person that's going to, like, completely skin out where it should be inappropriate or feel disrespectful towards my partner or whatever. I like to dress comfortable, and I'm not gonna go, you can see my nipples and my ass cheeks and my, I don't know, it's not my way of dressing, so it's already not gonna be much of a problem.
Right, that's exactly what I was
but if it is something that some way that you usually dress before your relationship, I think it's a conversation to be had with your partner.
Right.
We can't really,
How difficult is it to find a partner in this generation? Very. Because I saw this post that says, there's a lot of fish in the sea, but not all of them worth catching. And I stood on that point forever. Because sometimes we take advantage for the guys that we're talking to, but it's definitely hard to date in this generation because we have so much opposing views. Like, things that shouldn't have been normalized are the norm now. Like, the talking stage is forever. Sex in a day is a normal thing. Like, you just meet the person.
Cheating is bound to happen, apparently. Like,
right, like every man cheats. What do you mean everybody cheats?
We're not gonna do that conversation.
What do you mean
right now?
everybody cheats? What do you mean everybody cheat? Like, alright, he's gonna cheat eventually. Like, I'm trying to be open-minded and understanding, but don't make it normal.
It's not normal.
Or don't put it over your relationship. That shouldn't be normal. You should be expecting him to cheat on you. Like,
and the more they normalize it, the more guys feel comfortable to do it. They're
because,
like, I'm down to do it one time at least.
Why the girl don't want to do it? Why the girl don't want to do it? Why is the man? What wrong with phone or something? It's just a walk. I gotta do the... Keep it in your pants. Come on. Especially if you have a good woman, don't let stupid drinking or smoking get to your shit. And you blame it on
maybe like accident or the woman. They be blaming on women. First of all, you find yourself in a situation that's compromising.
Right.
Walk away. What the woman gonna do? Rape you?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna say like it doesn't happen. Like men don't get taken advantage of and stuff like that. But it's
still,
like
most times the guys just don't have the balls
to walk
say
away.
No.
Yeah.
Like,
I pray a lot about the guys that enter my life.
Right.
Like, you have no idea. That's why when stuff happen, I'm like, that's how it was supposed to happen. I don't stress anything because I know I prayed about it. So if it happens a certain way,
that's how it's supposed to happen. How long is considered the talking stage, and what usually happens in the talking stage?
that's another reason why it's hard to date in this generation, because that varies with like a lot of people.
Right.
It varies so much.
Because for me, I'm gonna blow your mind. Talking stage to me isn't long. For me,
It's like weeks.
a month.
Oh, that's not bad.
For me, I don't even consider a talking stage. I'm sorry.
It's either you're dating and then in a relationship.
It's either I know if I'm ready to be in a relationship with you, and I speak to you over the phone for a few times, and I see how you act. So a few dates, what usually happens in my talking stage is that, okay, we'd go on probably 1 or 2 dates the most.
So you wouldn't consider when you go on dates dating and not talking?
No, I consider it I'm talking to this person. I'm not dating. I feel like dating is like when I'm talking to more than one guys and I'm just giving them my number. I feel like dating is when I'm single, or when I'm just like, I'm not sure if I want to be in a relationship. I'm just like flirting with this person. I consider that like I'm just in my dating era. But if I'm talking to somebody, I'm looking more like, yeah, I know that this is, if he continues checking these off my box, then he's my man. And if he asks me to make it exclusive or whatever. But for my talking stage, I feel like it happens really short, because I don't have no time to be wasting with somebody, letting them get to know me too much in terms of, because you know what the thing is, when you talk to guys, they push themselves on too much, and then it's like they already take what they need to get from the relationship. So I hurry up and jump to the relationship part before you could even take too much of me. You don't need to know where I work. You don't need to know what I'm doing for a living. You don't need to know all of that yet. You don't need to know how much dog that my yard. You don't need to know about my mother. You don't need to know none of that until you're my man. You know what I'm trying to say?
So vice versa too. You don't want to know none of that stuff about him before he becomes your man.
Yes, we do the basic things. You're single. Nobody thinks they're with you.
Yeah. Okay.
You have no kids. No kids think they're your father. Like, you have to be very clear with this generation. Yeah? I want to know the basic things. Not too much personal things right away, because I don't want to disclose so much from myself. Because I feel like I'm too open, and then guys tend to reserve most of that information. So when I'm telling you all my business and it doesn't work out, you're leaving with all my business. And we never reach that relationship. So I just go to the basic, the important parts. And then when we're in the relationship, we still try to figure it out. Because however long you date or talk for, you're not going to know all the way you need to know. Talking stage, very short for me. I don't have much requirements for my talking stage at all.
For my talking stage, honestly, I don't have a limit. It depends on the connection with the person.
Yeah.
The moment, but for me, I don't like to say it, but I do catch feelings easily.
Me too.
And when I do like somebody, it's very easy for me to say I'm going to be loyal to them. I'm a very tunnel vision person when it comes to guys.
Right.
And I kind of hate that for myself, because if I'm in a dating world, and I'm in a dating era, I should say, if I'm dating, it's very hard, because once I talk to a certain guy for a period of time, and I get comfortable with this guy, it's hard for me to say I'm gonna give that part of me to another guy.
That's at the same time, how people talk to multiple people. I can't do it.
It's so stressful.
That's why I know that my talking stage is not gonna be long, because I already know from the jump that I want to be with him. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no if, buts, or maybe.
And it's hard, because if the guy's not in the same position, thinking the same as you, it's just like, he's over here ready to talk for like mad long, right? And you're over here like, can we get to the relationship part already?
Like,
and
I'm trying to be your girl. I'm trying to hold it down for you. I'm trying to make sure that we do this just between us.
I'm always trying to be open-minded and patient with people. So yeah, we can move on now.
All right, what body count would you consider too high of a body count? Now, I feel like I personally wouldn't ask a guy his body count, like, because guys aren't gonna be honest enough. Most of them, let me not stereotype. Most of them aren't going to be honest enough to say, or they're not going to remember. They've been through a lot of persons. So
that's the worst one. You don't remember.
25 was the limit for her. But I was saying, your past is your past. I don't need to know about your past.
No, it said how much is considered a lot. Any more than 25 is considered a lot to me. But I'm not going to judge you on having that.
Yeah, like your past is a past. You could have got to 50. I'm the one you're with now. Yeah.
Make sure you don't bring and give me anything.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that matters.
If you feel like you want to get exclusive with this guy, just make sure that
you do your test.
You do a test if that makes you feel comfortable. Protection. Or you just stay protected all the time. It's either. Or if you want to just trust the guy and say, all right, give him that, and you go through 50 girls, then fine, that's up to you.
Exactly.
You get what I'm saying? It's all up to you.
You're getting what he's getting.
Simple.
Like, you basically fucking all those people too.
So, do you think that a man should be a provider, and do you always have to remind him of your needs, or must he automatically?
All right, there's about 3 questions in under someone here, so let's answer the first one part.
So, do you think that a man should be a provider?
Go on. Not necessarily. Yes, actually, yes and no.
Yes and no. So it depends for me. Yeah.
Because I want it to be vice versa.
Exactly.
When he's providing, I'm also providing too. I want it to be equal.
It's not supposed to be he's the only one bringing groceries, or he's the only one buying gas for the car. It's not supposed to be a gender role type of thing where he only does that.
Exactly.
He's your man, not
he's not
your
my
dad.
father. Yeah, exactly.
He's not God.
He's
not your provider. The only provider I have is Jesus. Yeah, I'm so independent, or I'm so facey, because guys don't like when you say you're independent these days. You know that? They say we need to depend on them.
Yeah,
it's not the case where we don't need you, but we have. So you want somebody who just that ambition, sleep all day,
ask you for everything,
sleep all day. The next thing they say, I stress them out and them have them own life. Guys be so confusing sometimes.
They don't
have to
know
really
what
think
what
you're saying. Don't say you don't want an independent female. Say you don't want a person who
act
to
like
be
she
vulnerable for you. I'm a vulnerable person, but I'm still independent. That's never gonna change. Yeah, I will. I
can carry her own weight.
I would need a man still. I'm not gonna act like, oh, I don't need a man. I'm not telling that because I need my man. So he should not only be the provider.
Yes,
both of us.
I want
to
provide, but I'm also planning to provide as well. So
right. What else? No.
The next part of the question said, do you always have to remind him of your needs?
No, but I think you should tell him what your needs are, because Cindy might be into flowers before you and him started talking, and you're not into flowers. Yeah. You get what I'm saying?
So he's buying flowers all the time, and
so tell him how you want to be loved. So just hint at him.
Yeah, like
to see if he's going to do it. But you're not supposed to remind him. After you tell him that one or two times,
you could say something like, I like a man who pays attention. That's not giving nothing away.
This one juicy, read this.
If your friend catches your partner cheating, is she obligated to tell you, or should it have been discussed prior to the event? Who discussed with who?
With your friend. Mm-hmm. If alright, me and you are friends, we're not close no more. You go catch my man a cheat on me. Mm-hmm. Are you gonna come back to me and tell me, or should it been discussed between me and you first? Says Kimika or Zoran, if you see a man a cheat on you, should I come back to you and tell you?
Oh, okay.
I can't demand when you ever discuss it with my man. What kind of relationship would you have?
No, I was talking about if the guy should have discussed it with you already before your friends finding out. Like he should have told you that this happened.
Oh, it could mean so. Yeah, I think that's what she meant.
All right,
I was supposed to clarify with her, but I never got a chance to. I would say the friend. I would go to my friend. I can't keep it in, because then I'm gonna feel guilty to know that my friend is still keeping up and doing all that stuff that she's doing for her man, and her man is playing her. So I would tell my friend. It's my business. It's my friend, and it's up to her if she wants to stick around and not ask him about it. But I'm not gonna. I feel like I'm betraying her trust if I act like I don't know something about it.
This is where the parents' impact in my friendships would come in, because my parents are always telling me to stay out of my friends, and my friends' relationships. So they feel like I should not be putting my 2 cents in. Don't ever tell a girl to leave her partner.
No,
don't ever
different.
I'm
not gonna tell you to leave your man, but I'm gonna tell you that your man.
That's just an example of stuff that they don't want me to discuss with my friends. So it leaves me on like two sides of the road. One, I don't want to be involved because I feel like there's a part of me that feels like it's something that you and your partner should be talking about with each other. And like, if you're going to find out, you're going to find out. But at the same time, the other side of me is like, that's my friend. If it was me too, I would want you to tell me. So why would I not tell you?
Tell me what your answer is.
I lean higher on the side of which I would want you to know something. If it happens, I'm going to know.
You are married with 3 kids. Would you take back your husband if he cheated?
We're married with 3 kids, and that's when you decide to cheat?
Exactly. So
obviously you were setting me up.
No, I wouldn't take you back. The kids will learn eventually. It's hard. I can't sleep with you after you cheated on me. Even if we're not married.
It's broken.
There's no trust.
The trust is broken. I will never love you the same. I will never look at you the same. I just take cheating so seriously.
It's too deep.
It's embarrassing. It's disrespectful.
And when we're talking about cheating, we're talking about the actual acts now. So because you could cheat in different ways. Because people have different reasons. I'm talking about giving your body, talking like yourself. You doing the do. Who not release or who not release? From it go there so. From not take off his clothes and get intimate, that is cheating. From Anna so any liquid where I left your body, that's cheating. Any liquid, I could have sweat. Where you clop your body with the next body make you sweat. Come on. Come on. Hello.
sweating part is crazy.
Like, come on. So no, cheating right across the board. I wouldn't take anybody back. If it's my boyfriend, it's the person I just I talk to, not take them
You
back.
can't cheat if you had talked to somebody, but like in a relationship or we married.
Oh yeah, yeah, but I still wouldn't take that. We wouldn't go no further. Like, if you're still having sex while you're talking to somebody else, clearly you're not really.
It depends on where you're. If you say you're exclusive.
No, Kamika. Clearly, you're not that interested in me if you're still gonna be sleeping with somebody else while getting to know me. Your feelings are gonna be confused because your feelings, you're having sex. Don't let a guy tell you that. Don't let a guy tell you that there's no feelings attached when he's having sex with you. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. That is bullshit. You feel some type of way when you're having. How do you feel pleasure then if there's no feelings? Come on now, let's not talk. Let's not.
Men be like they just feel this. Just sex is just sex.
No, how you come if I just sex? Come on.
It feel good.
It feel because there's feelings involved. You're feeling something. You're feeling connected to the person. You're liking what they're doing. You're gonna always go back to that person because you want to feel that certain way. That's how addiction comes. Does a relationship need sex to work? So this is for like my Christian buddies. This is for persons in religion and stuff like that. No, it doesn't need to work. What do you think? I don't think so.
Does a
but it's gonna
relationship
be
need
hard.
sex to work? It depends on if you had sex before the relationship. If you're both virgins.
Not only virgin,
but I'm saying it's gonna be less.
Talking.
It's not gonna be as hard.
Oh yeah.
If you've experienced sex before that relationship and you're both decided, oh, y'all not gonna have sex until y'all in a certain point, or just never have sex, it's gonna be a lot harder.
I feel like over you just kind of darker.
It's gonna be a lot harder to commit in that relationship without sex when you've had sex before. But I don't feel like you need.
No, you don't need because you can control yourself. That's why there's called self-control. So you can say, no, we're not doing
something
this.
You gotta learn though.
But it's not easy. That's why it's good to date within your community. That's why they say keep like-minded friends if you're trying to grow a business. You're not gonna have a stripper as your friend. You're not gonna have a swimmer as your friend. You're gonna try to keep a business person so you guys could talk business shit. You know what I'm saying? If you both are Christians, it's gonna be easier for you to talk to somebody because they're both trying to keep the faith,
committed,
right? But it's so much difficult when you're trying to date with somebody.
Listen, we're still answering questions about what makes it so difficult to date in this world, in this generation.
It's really hard.
All of this is what makes it hard.
Yeah,
all the opinions and the decisions
you're trying
on these
to
questions.
say, you're trying to say you're fulfilling your partner's needs, but you're going against your will.
True.
So wait, so if you really want to say, all right, you're gonna commit your life to God now, and you just started talking to a new guy, you're not gonna have sex with him because until you guys get married.
It would have to be a discussion. He has to be willing to wait for that moment too.
Okay, and if he doesn't want to wait for the moment, you're just gonna be strong enough to let him go.
Yeah.
Even if it's the one that you say.
If it's something, if I'm committed and I'm making a commitment to God, but honestly, I feel like once you make that decision, like it's a decision, you gotta.
It is, but I'm just like
once you make that celibacy decision. I'm telling you, that's God's test. If a guy ghosted you, what would your reaction be?
Okay, you ghosted me, so keep ghost. Stay ghost.
Honestly,
stay on ghost mode.
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you.
A guy has ghosted you before? I mean, it's understanding.
I was gonna say I would most likely end up ghosting the guy first.
Okay.
So I don't really know exactly how I would react.
All right, so you don't know then.
Yeah, but honestly, I feel like I wouldn't. It is what it is.
I feel like if a guy ghosted me when we're in the talking stage, I would give you another time, one more chance. Maybe something happened in your family, and because you're not in a relationship with me, to be completely open and tell me a business. Like, you're not obligated to tell me that, oh, your mom died, and you had to deal with that, and you had to leave me for some time. I can't dislike you or hate you because you left me. You get what I'm saying? But if we're in a relationship, if my man say, okay, he's ghosted me, just stay up on ghost mode, babes. Where you come back to me for? After me cook for you, clean for you, wash for you, ride, everything.
Yeah, it depends on the stage of the relationship.
And you ghost me. You know, stay up on ghost mode. What you did? You went on a vacation with Trisha? And you coming back to me now? I mean, I know. So yeah, it depends. If it's a relationship, completely a no-no. Because your man not supposed to ghost you. He was supposed to be
in a relationship,
communicating with me to let me know.
Chances.
Right,
like,
but if it's a talking
you're telling me you want nothing to do with me at that point.
Period.
And I'm ready to not have anything to do with you. Do you believe in gender roles? So, wait, what is that say? If so, what are some things each person should do in the relationship? Do we believe in gender roles?
To an extent. For example, if it's a case where I don't believe in gender roles, no, But because I believe that we're both capable of doing certain
both things, yeah.
But if it's a case where my man is present, and I used this in the last one of my videos, where if my freaking tired punctured on the street, I don't expect me to come out of the car and I'm a man sit up in the seat and me a jacket sitting and rain a fall and wash off my makeup.
Matters,
he's there and he should be like a protector for me in that case. Where
just like when I posted a video one time when I was in the car and I was driving and Dad was in the passenger seat. He got out and pumped the gas because he's my father. He's the man between me and him.
Right.
I just feel like
I thought you were in the passenger seat. I didn't know.
No.
So even though he was in the passenger side, he still showed because he's the guy in the
and it's not like I'm not capable of doing it.
Right.
I know how to pump
He just
gas.
steps up. He know when to step up.
Exactly.
That's all that matters.
If I'm by myself, I'm gonna do it. I'm not gonna be like calling my man.
No, but the thing, Kimika, what we need to know, our man need to know, or anybody needs to know, is that know when to step up.
Mm-hmm.
That's just it. Know when to step up and not let your female do it all. That's why it's supposed to be equal. So you could know when, you should know when, okay, damn, Kimika did too much this week.
Let me help.
Do something this week.
That's why that's a love language for me. That's a love language. I forgot which one that is called.
No, acts of service?
Yes, acts of service.
Okay.
Knowing when to play your part in making my life easier, and I also that's how I give my love too.
Right. When you see that somebody
when I see that you're struggling to do something, I'm gonna help you do it.
Right.
You didn't answer that apartheid question.
No.
What are some things? Oh,
okay. What are some things? We both say that you should do equally. If a guy proposes and the female declines, does that mean it's the end of the relationship or that she doesn't love him?
Does that mean it's the end of the relationship? No. It shouldn't be an automatic ending of the relationship. Yeah. Honestly, it's a conversation that has to be had. Maybe the female feels like, oh, she's not ready to be married to the guy, or maybe she wanted it to be a lot more personal, or maybe some mishap happened to them, like an argument before,
and she just feel like this was your way.
It wasn't resolved correctly, and you're ready to propose to me.
Like, they're not yet at that stage where she thinks we're ready for a marriage.
Exactly. Doesn't mean she doesn't want to be with you. It just means like she doesn't feel like you're at that part where she's ready to make that type of commitment, knowing that there's fragile moments where you could just like act up and the relationship is done for. Yeah. So it depends. It has to have a conversation after that situation. That she doesn't love him, it doesn't mean that she doesn't love him.
We're gonna call you guys back later. We're doing a video. Should your mother-in-law sit in the front or back seat when traveling with you and your partner? So I feel like it depends.
Really?
It kind of depends. So you know your answer then, can you say really?
It depends on who got in the car first.
But what if she always makes her way to the front all the time?
You mean like we're both getting in the car at the same time and she's going to the first seat?
Yeah.
I don't really care.
I don't care.
But
I feel like I'm gonna start caring if I feel like I would care eventually.
Really?
If it's an old
care. That's where she's comfortable. I don't really care.
Alright, so I don't care.
I don't
feel like it's a big thing for me. Let me tell you how I wouldn't care. If the mother makes it clear that, like, she's like, oh, you want to go to the front? Oh, you know, like, make me see that she doesn't have a problem with it. But you see, she's like, oh, sit in the back, Zorian.
Oh, if it's like
no, you're not gonna talk to me like a child.
Yeah, if it's a disrespect play, then there's gonna be a problem.
I don't want it. I want it to be a mutual understanding. Like, I want it to be a mutual understanding. Like, okay, we're both arriving at the car, or we're going or whatever, and we're about to arrive. If I see her making her way to the front, I'm obviously gonna sit in the back because we both can't sit at the front.
But a disrespect.
But if you're gonna be like,
oh, talk
go to the back,
or
you know,
it's gonna
or if you're always running to the front seat, like sometimes you should be able to say, okay, you can sit in the front. If you're not an older man with a crane and a stick, you don't need to always open your. No.
Honestly, generally, I don't care. But if it's like a disrespect play, like she's purposely doing it to speak down on me, then there's gonna be a conversation.
Or if she's trying to show you that, or if she's trying to show you that she has to always be first in the guy's life. Yeah,
that would be up to him.
You have some mother-in-laws who's spiteful like that, who they really try to show you that, listen, you're coming, even if it's not obviously to him. Yeah. But I want to hear you guys' comments. Let me know if you think what you think, because I feel like it's not just one female.
I never thought that heavy on mom
I don't have
partner.
a problem with it, you know. But I just feel like sometimes they try to make it a problem.
But I feel like if his mom is saying that and he don't see the disrespect in that and should say something to his mother, then that's going to be the problem. If he's literally watching this happen and hear her talk to me like that, I'm not going to respond to his mother. He should be the one correcting his mother because that's his place. If I do it, it's going to turn into like an argument.
Right.
I'm not trying to disrespect her, but she's disrespecting me. That's your place to come in and be like, you don't talk to my woman like that. She's my partner. She's just as important to me as you are.
Period. How
So-
do you ask men or your boyfriend for money? Let me tell you the smash, babe. It depends how far along you're in the relationship.
Oh, definitely.
Because a man not going to want to know that as you start talking,
Baby, can send me $100.
for doing my nails, he's gonna think that's all you're here for. He's not an ATM machine, so don't try to take advantage. People, these generation, these females, Kinika, them love say, oh, may I
If
give
we
him
can't
this?
ask
No,
him,
listen,
yeah.
no, may I give him this same money after all. Are you selling? Unless you're selling, I don't have a problem, then fine. But I'm not selling mine. So not because I'm giving him this means that I need to be
He's
getting
not
this.
obligated to do
Because
that.
because if you think about it, sex is both ways. It should be benefiting you guys both ways. Unless that D ain't D'ing. The D is that good too. Shit. Oh Lord, the D is that good. Mirrors. Trust me, I don't need money. We can't just cut. Trust me, I don't
That's
need
funny.
money.
That's
I
funny.
don't need the money. What you think if you have a man and you are gonna say you have to get the money from him because you give him front?
It's
That
not a-
means
it's
say
not an
you're not
obligation.
benefiting.
It's
So
not an obligation for me.
a man like an independent woman.
No.
Show him well, true, because some of them get inferior. I know some of them
Yeah.
don't feel like a real man when you
If they're not
have.
doing stuff for you. Yeah.
But let me tell you, be independent regardless. Don't let your ulterior motive be to ask a guy for money just like that. Don't depend on him to get your lashes and nails done. What you're gonna say to him is, after you guys have been together like 1 or 2 months in, exclusively, you're gonna mention and be like, I get that you know that I'm working and you know I'm caring for myself and stuff like that, but I know that you like a well put together woman, and I can't always afford to get my hair done all the time or my nails done. So it would be nice if you could help me, you know, to at least pay for one of them, like get my lashes done this time, or send me half of the money. Like try to start small. Don't tell him same I do this.
That also comes with acts of service.
Don't
You won't
even
have to
tell-
ask.
I mean,
Honestly.
yeah, but
I feel
some man would want you to speak up on it if it's a case, because if you're too independent, a guy will overthink it. But a guy should always still provide, regardless. I get that, but
Yeah, he should be offering.
I still will tell you what I want you to do, because I don't want you to be spoiling me too much.
If you feel like you
care of
need
it.
to ask, then listen to what she's saying. But generally, you shouldn't have to ask. It's an acts of service thing. I feel
Even though
like
you know, most man not gonna just get up and do it like that. That's what she
yeah,
said.
but I
She
feel
has to
like
ask.
there's a lot of
Most
guys that would
gentlemen,
willingly
yeah, most
that would be willingly
gentlemen.
be like, you sure you don't want me to go do this? Especially if it's a guy that actually likes to see you upkept and they see that you're slacking. What are they gonna say? You should go get your nails done. You're not gonna offer nothing. Like I feel like that's like a disrespecting. Like they say,
Yeah.
you look bad today. Go get that done.
Listen,
what is this? Not a
when a
relationship
guy
where
is
it's a
talking,
compassion?
when
Like,
a guy is ready to talk, when from you can hear when him start saying, "Oh, you're not gonna do your ear this week," or "Yeah, gonna do braids," or if he's commenting on your look, say, "Okay, yeah,
they
but
can't give him a-
no, you can say, yeah, I was thinking of going now, but I just did that $50, so I can't get it done, and I
yeah, or like I'm waiting for the next paycheck.
yes, say something
like,
as if you can't do it, and
Right
see
now.
if he's gonna do it.
Mhm.
Don't necessarily ask him and say you can't give me $50, because he might tell you no.
Like,
He might say
he
no
gonna look at you
this
like,
week. He might say no, my love. Or he might just go here or make a promise and never come true. So don't
Empty
ask
promises.
him. Don't ask him. Just say things to see if he's gonna act on it. He should.
I'm the type of person.
Mm-hmm.
If you say certain things and he don't act on it, you should be ignoring anything he's really trying to say to you, because
Because
you're gonna
he
do
clearly,
it when you
yes.
can't do it. If he's not gonna help you
So
do it,
that
so
we
it can't
don't
be on his
have
timetable.
My foot with a tough and
You
rough
can't work
thing.
on his timetable if he's not helping you do it.
Listen
You work
up.
on yours.
Listen up.
You don't have
My
it today.
foot-
You do it when you can.
My foot would have cut him and I need to sheep 1,000 times because me
Ready to
me
it.
not do no pedicure if you not help me with me. I cry. I make him sister. Me I make him sister. Me I make him sister. He want to do.
Yo.
Yeah.
So what am I
Tips
doing
on adulting. Lord Jesus, we can go on and on and on and on. But I would say pray. Let me give a testimony. I quit my job and I didn't find a new one. That's very bad. You're not supposed to ever do that. But when you have faith and when you have a trust, like a strong belief,
And a plan.
yeah. When you have
Promise
a
on the
trust
phone.
and strong belief in God, don't doubt yourself. I had my faith so strong that I knew that as I quit, I'm gonna find something else.
But also,
I had a plan.
do not just pray and have faith. God help those who help themselves.
Period.
So don't just sit around praying and saying,
And
"Oh,
don't
God,
and
not
don't
send
try
me
to
nothing."
no. You have
First
to
of
act
all,
on your interviews. You have to send out applications.
You have to have a plan. You have
what
to be
I
making
did,
motions.
What I did, I pay rent. So I have to have my month's rent. Zorian make her sister save all 3 months rent first before she quit. Have our food money save up, have our transportation. So if something did not work in my favor, I would not be suffering. Also, I acted on it. So before I wanted to quit, I was already sending out things months in advance. So I know that one day, it will come through. What I'm saying now is, so you pray, save your money, have fun, prioritize, keep good people around you, learn to cut off bad energy.
Oh,
don't keep talking to somebody who is not meant for
that's
you.
in for dating and friendships. Don't settle for no bad energy at all. If you want your life to be better, surround yourself with better. Don't just sit around with all that negative energy and hoping things are going to get better. No, that's not how it works. Help yourself out. Let them go. Let them people go.
Okay.
There's some Christian song there's some gospel song that go like that.
What's the sexiest thing a man can do for you? Stand up for me. My man did this, and Kibika instantly me like, shit, should I be the mother of your child or what?
Wait, or just look up your head?
No.
Oh.
Should I be the mother of your child or what? Just say it, because you stood up for me. Like, that's the manliest thing I could think of. I don't want you cursing the waitress out or thumping nobody over and killing them and getting yourself in trouble. But standing up for me, listen, I had this incident where I had an encounter with somebody being disrespectful to me. And I told my partner about it, and he happens to know the person, like, know of the person, you know what I'm saying? One day, he just approached the person and be like, you know, I heard you were disrespectful. You give her a little bit more respect because she's my... And I was just like, oh yeah? That's what you did? That's what you... That man never disrespected me again. He's afraid to approach me.
That's the thing a man can do for me. Communicate. I don't know. I like when a man is able to share his thoughts with. Bro, I will tell you from a personal story. Something happened with me and a guy, and we were in an argument. And the moment he started talking about his feelings, I literally no. And when I tell you, I was confused. I was like, "What is this?" I thought I was hot or something. I looked down and I was turned on by the fact that he was communicating with me. I was confused what was happening.
How can people make themselves dateable? Things to drop when ready to date. We touched on this earlier. We said to compromise, go in a relationship, be willing to know that he's not gonna like this, you're not gonna like that, but you want it to work and you're gonna make it happen regardless. Also, have respect for each other. Don't just say, you could, when you get angry, you'll just tell him, oh, dirty boy, dirty drunkard. No.
Self-control.
Yeah.
Lack of self-control is what you have to drop.
Right.
You're going to need that to go into a relationship.
Too much male friends and all of them stuff there. We all know.
No. I don't think you have to drop them. I feel like you have to create boundaries.
That's what I'm going to get at. Too much male friends and the too much things that you know
would be inappropriate.
You wouldn't want him doing with the female. Let's kind of know that.
I also think one-on-ones with your guy friends when you're in a relationship, I just don't feel like it's appropriate. I don't.
You're not lonely anymore. Go out with your man.
Exactly. Like you want to go out with somebody, want to go out with your man.
You think your man go call out with Luca?
Like
you
what?
Said when you want to do? You're saying you can't go out with your friend, but just not him alone.
Yeah.
Make it a group thing. Make it feel like it's a friendship.
Exactly.
So if you don't have mutual friends, we're not gonna go out again. But just know to keep boundaries with your male friends. Have respect, trust. You're gonna have to learn to trust. So that toxic thing where you come from out of your past relationship where you're trying to
drop all the things drop the trauma.
Yeah.
Don't go into a relationship with trauma.
On somebody
Heal
else.
first.
Would you live with a guy that's 30 or more years old and lives with his parents?
Yeah,
only under one circumstance.
The circumstances is that he has a plan
to leave.
I don't care what circumstances you're in or situations you're in when we first meet, or we're just like getting to know each other, or we're just starting a relationship. As long as you have a plan to better yourself, it doesn't matter. But if you're planning to you just feel comfortable, you just live in a mother yard, and then like supposed to always just sneak in and all that stuff.
Real Z.
Yeah, like you have to be quiet, like
not to be quiet. She can't hold it. She about
yeah, like no.
And then after a while, it's gonna feel like it's everybody's relationship.
We're gonna still feel like a
child. Up, it's gonna feel like everybody's relationship. Your mother goes like your inputs. Power what me I do.
Exactly. Argument. She start putting her two cents.
No. Listen up. Is everything
Okay.
okay?
But the neighbors know my name when you screaming, scratching.
Jesus. Would you prioritize your career goals over finding a significant other? Why or why not? I don't think it's a priority case here because it's not a priority case. I feel like both of them is equally important to me, and so I'm gonna make equal amount of time for them, or make sure that if I'm falling short in one, I make sure I catch up back on it. So if it's a case where I need to have, and I'm going to make that clear to the person I'm dating or getting involved with, that hey, I'm on the road to do this, or I'm in med school right now, so forgive me if I can't see you every single night, or every date night, or every weekend.
But that could be counted as prioritizing because you're planning to give more of your time to that.
No, it's being understanding.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, he's not coming to see you all the time. He's gonna be busy, but when him wanting you to drop everything and go to him, no. So you need to know when to give up from when you're not gonna study. So you can't always tell him no. That's gonna be.
So you're saying no, you would not prioritize your career.
I wouldn't. I would just make them as equal as possible.
Yes, it's a
he has to be understanding, because at the end of the day, we're both achieving different goals. It's not gonna be easy, but you still have to make time for who and what you want. Exactly. It can work. It can work. You don't have to choose one over the next. If you have to choose, that means the person isn't for you.
So you're saying you wouldn't do it because you think they're both equally important to you.
Both. And that person should agree that you're an individual and you're not just his girlfriend.
Exactly.
You have your goals to achieve too. General dating advice. I think we kind of we talked about a lot of dating advice.
Exactly.
So I think if by now if you don't know how to go on date, then you're not ready for dating. How do you know when the person is the one? You're gonna know. You're gonna feel like you're supposed to feel like best friends instead of that's my guy or that's my person.
I honestly don't believe in the one.
But for now, like I feel like they're mean like for right now. Like how do you know that this is the person
you're dating this person and that person is
or
for
you're
you
in a
right
relationship if this is the person right for you? How you know that is like when you're not thinking or when you're feeling nervous to do certain things. No. You don't have to be afraid of how he's gonna view you anymore.
Comfort.
I don't feel
once you find a strong comfort with that person.
People used to say, "Oh, Zoran, how you gonna manage if you're not gonna cook for the man? How you gonna manage if you laugh like this?" And from ever since, I just knew I didn't have to be like anything that you usually do.
Yes,
keep doing it. When is it okay to fart? That's a question. I know I had that, but I didn't read it. When is it okay to fart? I think you just need to know how to do it. You're not gonna do it. Fart? Yeah, you're not gonna do it in around the dining table, big. You don't need to do all of them something like. If you know say it's gonna come on to you like that, you got to find go about your business. Go about your business.
Wait, girl. Let me find one question.
Go about your business. Go and walk away. Go and go say you need to go fix your makeup or something. Cause that's just not time and place. It's not like you're not being comfortable with it, but that's throwing off you and the man food, or you have to disturb a man food.
No,
but
what?
if you mean like if you're with your man and you're saying, oh, how much weeks in? My man, I think he got comfortable like 3 days in. Like guys like when a girl is open and radical. A guy don't like when a girl stuck up and be like, seriously, we are go like, what you mean?
Natural body things, stuff that you can't
don't try to cover it because that makes you look less confident.
And like, it's better the earlier you do it though, it's
the
more comfortable.
You get,
comfortable with it.
And if your guy judges you,
a judgmental person.
If your partner judges you, if your man judge you and say, seriously, Amika, why are you just do that? Jesus, no sir, immature. Don't talk to him, my love. Skip. Now, if you're still watching this video, comment. What would we tell them? Comment the word pink.
What?
If they're still watching right now.
Oh.
If you're still watching, comment the word pink.